What's going on? Eric and Kevin here, Two Brothers Prep. Got a little micro mini flashlight review for you. We kind of found these. This black one is the one I had in my Altoid survival tin. This one we found at Walmart, and this one we found at Target. Now, these three lights have their advantages and their disadvantages. So what we're going to do is we're going to talk about them from least expensive to the most expensive.
As far as dislikes for the Lifegear, it takes a full rotation and a half to turn the thing on and off. It's got a lot of play in the body. It's the longest and the widest of all of them. It's the least bright. It's got a lot of blue color in it. And it requires this key right here to change the batteries on it. So if you're missing this key, you can't change the batteries on that light. What'd you like about it?
For me, I like the redness of the flashlight itself. It's easy to find, quick to see, and for the price, I think we paid $2.50 for it.
Yep.
So the price was a decent price, but like I said, I didn't really have too many things I liked about this particular flashlight. So here it is, the Lifegear. We took the head off so you can see what we were talking about. Those two little holes on the outside, that's where you got to stick that little unlock key that comes with it. Yeah, that thing right there, to take the batteries out. That was one of the things that we didn't like, because if you lose that little unlocking key, you're out of luck pretty much, unless you can figure out a way to open it up. So going on to, we'll screw the head back on, and we'll screw it all the way down till it turns on and locks out. And it's fully locked out now, and you can just watch how many times he turns it over to get the turn off. And there it is, it turns off, and it's really sensitive. So if you wanted to bump it with Morse code, you could do that, but there's just so much play in between the head and the body. If you wiggle it back and forth, there's a lot of play in there.
So going on to the Energizer light, what'd you like about that one?
For me, I looked at this and I saw it. I said that would be perfect for my Altoid tin. As you see, the body is all the same length as the head. That's huge, especially in my little survival kit than in my Altoid tin, where space is at a premium. So to have the head the same length as the body makes it that much easier to pack into it.
I like the fact that it's got a quarter of a turn to turn that thing on and off, and it just feels really well put together. It's solid. There's no play in it like you had with the Lifegear light. The other thing that is different between the Energizer and the Lifegear is when you pull the head of this off, the light bulb and the battery assembly are different. On the Lifegear, it's all kind of comes apart in pieces, if you will. We'll kind of show you some of that. What about dislikes?
It did have a little bit of a bluish tint on the light itself when you turned it on, so it's not like a true white. That's one thing I didn't like about it.
And it only comes in this one color, or at least at the store we went to, they only offered it in this blue color. Maybe they offer it in a red. Might be able to go on Energizer's website and find it in a red color, but as it stands now, they only offer it in this blue color that we could find.
So here's the Energizer. We're going to show you guys how far you have to turn the head to turn it on, take it apart, show you what the battery compartment looks like. There it is, fully locked out. And that was about a quarter turn, and it turned off. And there's the battery compartment. Right, easy access to them.
If you notice the difference between this and the Lifegear, the light housing assembly here, it's all one piece. So you do not have to access or come in direct contact with the light bulb if you wanted to access the battery housing. You can also see on the back side of this there's a screw where if you wanted to change out the light bulb, you can actually unscrew that assembly itself. So that's completely sealed. And the batteries, they just fall right out. Whereas on the Lifegear, you had that little tool if you wanted to access the battery compartment. So moving on to the Nano Light, what'd you like about this one?
This, like I said, this is the one I had in my Altoid tin. I used it quite a bit. I actually had a very similar one. It was the same one, just different color that I used in Afghanistan. Kept it in my upper pocket. But I liked it because it was very strong for throwing it at a distance, and it was a very true white. There was no color tint to it at all. The distance that it throws the light for being such a small, compact little flashlight, that's why I bought it in the first place.
This thing here, it also takes about a quarter of a turn, not even, maybe an eighth of a turn to turn that light on.
Yeah, about an eighth of a turn.
So it's a little bit tighter than the Energizer light. Some of the dislikes, again, the body is not the same width as the head. So when you're talking space, if you were to put this in like an Altoid survival tin, you know, that might be a concern. If you're just carrying it around in your keychain, might not be as big of a concern. And the price on this. The Nano Light was $10 compared to the Energizer Light of $4.50 compared to the Lifegear of $2.50.
Here is the Nano Extreme light. There it is, fully locked out, and this is just an eighth of an inch pretty much, and it locks out, turns off. Take it apart.
So this one's very similar too. You can take the whole head off and you do not have to access the light bulb assembly or come in direct contact with it. Batteries are easily accessible.
So there it is. We're going to turn the lights out and start throwing some beams, and so you guys can compare them like that. Alright, so we're in the front yard now. I can do a little comparison between all the lights at night. So we'll start with the Lifegear. Here's this little bush off to the left. And we're going to aim for that tree in the middle. You can't even tell it's on there because it sucks so much. So the next one we're going to go to is the Energizer one. Here's the bush here on the left. And there's the tree. How far is that tree? Maybe 20 feet?
Yeah, about that.
And here is the $10 Nano Light. It's by far the brightest out of the three. So just for one last comparison, here is the Nano Light. Here is the Energizer. I mean, you can just tell the difference.
Yeah, you can't even see the Lifegear.
Yeah, we're not even gonna bother with that. But there is a difference between the price you pay to the quality of light. We're gonna go inside, wrap it up.
Alright, so here we are, back again. Now, obviously the Nano Light here worked the best in the light test outside. $10 for this. The Lifegear, this thing just sucks. That's might be good to keep on your keys in case you need to find the hole where your keys go in the door. Other than that,
Yeah, outside of 3 feet, don't even bother with it.
that thing's garbage. The Energizer Light, you know, still functioned pretty good.
Yep.
You can still see in the distance. Definitely not as far as the Nano. I think value-wise, this was half the price, and you probably get about half the distance on the light. Now, you know, if you're buying a light, I think for a survival kit, and you want distance, then you might want to go with the Nano Light. If you're looking for the best value, best bang for your buck all around, I would say the Energizer Light has it right there.
Yeah, that's actually going to go in my survival kit, my little Altoids tin now. Save a little bit of space, a little bit more cost effective, so that's what I'm going to switch to.
You know, I would think that you know, when you're purchasing a small light like that, you're not really as concerned about distance as you are functionality up close, and that's really what you're looking for. Is, you know, how does it look up close? Is it blue light? Is it white light? You know, and this test, I think the Energizer is the best way to go, and you can pick it up at any local Walmart. Whereas the Nano Light,
you mostly have to order them offline. I think REI started carrying them. Survival Resources has them. Going Gear has them. But if you're looking for this one in Walmart, it's where they make the keys. That's where they keep that. You're not going to find it anywhere else but there. If there's another pocket light you want us to try out, send us a comment below or send us a message on our website, truevillageprep.com. Recording. Another cobweb?
Something just fell.
freaking lying, man. Is there something on me?
I don't see anything. Let me take out my micro light.
Here. Screw the micro light.
There's a web on it. I don't see anything else there.
Oh, big freaking spider. It's a freaking arachne, man. I'm telling you.
Alright, we'll do one more walking from the tree.
Calling the freaking Terminex people.